In T-minus 3, 2, 1, we begin the fun. Touring our way through the NBA from that big apple to the place by the bay. Is your mind buckled in? Because it's time to begin. Sekou and his friends are doing it again. The Hang Time Podcast is the spot, so sit back, relax, because the show's about to drop.
Welcome into another edition of the Hang Time Podcast. I'm your host, Sekou Smith, back home in Atlanta. But the real work was done over the weekend, All-Star Weekend in Chicago, the 69th Annual All-Star Game, an absolute ridiculous showcase of basketball talent, entertainment superstars in the city of Chicago, putting on for everybody. We lassoed quite a few people to the microphone for the Hang Time Podcast. And first up, we got a couple of young guns. Devonté Graham of the Charlotte Hornets and Jaren Jackson Jr. of the Memphis Grizzlies joining us this week on the Hang Time Podcast. Then we went old school. Found one of Chicago's old heads, a true OG, Tim Hardaway Sr., coming back on the Hang Time Podcast to talk to us about everything, about his city, about the NBA, about his son and the Dallas Mavericks and Luka Doncic and all they got going on. So much good stuff for you this week on the Hang Time Podcast. Check it out. Devonté Graham and Jaren Jackson first, courtesy of our friends at TISO, and then Tim Hardaway Sr., dropping knowledge.
Y'all came in full Chicago style, didn't you, with the Sherpas, the bubble coats? Y'all knew what y'all was getting into, huh?
Once I seen that weather, man, I was like, gotta be warm.
No doubt, no doubt. It's interesting, man, seeing young guys during All-Star Weekend. You get a chance to not just be around the ball, but be around the swag and the style, and y'all got it all. Like, these old heads coming watching y'all, they like learning from y'all, man. What is the most important elements for your style when you show up to an event like this?
I mean, I just like to be comfortable. You feel me? Depends on the day, really. You gotta look good. You gotta match. You can't be. I don't do all the loud colors and not matching and stuff like that. So
right.
I don't know. It's different for everybody. You know.
I know he like to stretch out a little bit.
Yeah, no, I'm extra. Everybody know that. But I just, I find it fun just when you wear something and then people either get mad about it or they just have a reaction to it. So
right.
I just like having fun with it, honestly.
Watch game hard, of course. I know both of y'all go hard with TISO, the official watchmaker of the league, but is it about the specs? Is it about what it looks like to you? Is it about the bling? Like, what you want on that wrist when you come up?
I mean, it's about... honestly, it's about what complements your whole fit, really. If you're wearing something nice, you want to make sure you're matching, like, silver, gold, a little bit. But, you're going to look good wearing any of them, honestly.
No doubt. Now, look, the ball, we can talk style all we want, but the ball is where y'all really making noise, man. You have been shocking people, I think, in terms of how well you played, stepping into the void. When you lose a guy like Kemba and you're starting over at that spot, did you sense an opening for yourself in terms of just being able to step up this season?
Yeah, it was definitely like a huge opportunity open for me when Kemba got left and then Tony retired. So I just went to the offseason really just trying to prepare because I knew, those minutes were available. And I just wanted to make the most out of that opportunity. So that's what I'm trying to do.
No doubt. Jaren, I was in Memphis a few weeks ago. I sat down with Ja. He was so serious about what y'all doing. Like, forget waiting. He was like, no, we want to be good now. We want to make the playoffs now. When did the mindset change in Memphis about the clock that y'all were on?
I mean, that was really in the summer. Y'all just didn't hear it because we were just talking on our own. And we just, we wanted to prove everybody wrong, man, because, we knew that people just didn't really expect much of us. So we just go out there and have fun. Honestly, the key really just playing defense. All we do is just play defense. Just have a lot of fun playing, honestly.
Is it a point now, too, for both of y'all where you get your first taste of the league and everything is new? That second year, do you feel that much more comfortable? Not just on the court, but, just in how you groove around the league, the daily interactions being an NBA player?
Yeah, you definitely get more comfortable. You figure out kind of like a schedule, a routine. Your first year, you kind of just going through it wide-eyed. You don't really have a schedule. You don't know that you got to get this much rest, drink this much, eat, take care of your body this much. So I think once you get that first year under your belt, then your second year, you're way more comfortable and with that routine.
So what's been the eye-opening
moment for you this season in terms of last year was probably a shock. You see some guy that you've been watching and realize how good he is, but you've been going at people this year. What was that moment for you when you realized you're getting ready to start dishing out some lessons in this league?
I mean, I think when I had 40 against Brooklyn,
right?
That was kind of my all right, I'm about to really start just going at everybody. People not really expecting me to do this, so I'm gonna just keep going.
Yeah. You didn't waste no time, of course. This dude showed up to the league, bombing threes in his first game. Did you know after the draft and in that lead up that you was maybe more ready than some of us thought, like people that observed the game?
I mean, I didn't even know. At the end of the day, I just stayed consistent and working on my game. So I was ready when I was, when I was called upon. So, we trained really hard for it. So I just think all the work I put in just came through in the end of the day. A lot of shooting just came with like balance and getting your feet right, and that was a big thing I worked on in the summer. So to see it come through in the end was good.
Yeah. All-Star Weekend next year is in Indianapolis on Sunday. The All-Stars don't have time to do all this stuff. They got to be somewhere getting ready for the game, man. Where you going to be next year this time, All-Star Weekend?
Where you going?
I'm going to be comfortable in a nice fit, probably with my mother, watching Martin on TV, enjoying life.
Yeah, man, I don't know. Obviously, you want to be here.
No doubt.
You want to be in that game and stuff like that, but, it comes with a lot of work, so, you can't determine nothing like that. You never know where you'll be, so.
Yeah, I know you see this growing up, but to be a part of it, is it what y'all thought it would be when, once you got to this level and see it's a global thing where the whole world is watching this?
Mm-hmm. Man, it's huge. I feel like, watching this weekend, you don't really get to see everything that's like the behind the scenes
right.
and all the stuff that goes on. And it's a lot of fun. You get to see all the stars, all the legends, everybody come out for this weekend. So it's been real fun for me. I know I enjoyed my first one.
No doubt, man. We're watching the Hornets and the Grizzlies the rest of the way, man. Y'all keep smashing.
Yes, sir.
Keep doing
Appreciate
that thing.
you.
Appreciate y'all.
Best young rivalry in the league.
Think so? Huh?
Yes. And he hit a 3 on me in Charlotte. That made me so mad. Like I was right there too.
It's time to get some get-backs then.
Yes,
I know.
No doubt.
Know.
Appreciate y'all.
No doubt, man. Appreciate that.
Appreciate you. Good to see you.
Yes, sir.
All right. Jaren Jackson Jr. and Devonté Graham, the present and future of stardom in the NBA. And from there, we dive into a little bit of the league's history, talking with Tim Hardaway Sr. Always good to talk to Tim Hardaway Sr. I like to throw the senior on there just so everybody know, put some respect on the elder's name.
Yes.
You watch this season and see the way certain teams are evolving. Did you see Dallas turning into this kind of team? I know your son is on that roster, so you're watching them, but did you see them turning into this kind of team? Luka Doncic doing the stuff he's doing, and everybody really elevate the way they have.
I think they have surprised a lot of folks, especially Luka.
Yeah.
Triple-double walking.
Yeah.
He goes out there and does a great job
Yeah.
and putting his team on his back at times, but he knows how to play. And I tell folks this. You got to understand, he's been playing since he in pro since he was 13. So he understands the game. He knows how to play the game, and he knows how to run the offense.
Yeah.
But he's a triple-double. Every time he's on, it's just amazing. And, I be watching the game, and I'm like, man, seemed like he shot a lot of times.
Right.
But he only shoots like 19 times, 20 times. He like 11 for 20.
Right.
9 for 15, and he be shooting a great percentage and getting 30 points, 29 points. 9 assists, 10 assists, 12 rebounds, 13 rebounds. So, man, it's I think it's because of him and waiting for Porzingis to get his game to finally come around. I think Porzingis he started playing better when Luka went out for those 5 games, and their focus was on him, and he started to get his rhythm. He started to get his confidence back. So now it's just going to go up to another level. And you know, and All-Star break happens at the right time because some guys could be, you know, hurt here, hurt there, but some guys need that rest. And I think right now, them guys need that rest so they get their minds fresh and come back in the second half, because it's going to be a brutal second half.
Right.
And he lost the Dwight Powell.
Yeah.
The Dwight Powell was one of the catalysts starting big man that rose to the hole. Luka counter, finished above the rim, and that's, you know, when you got a guy that rose and finished above the rim, the other side got to help. The other side got to help. Luka throw it for the corner. So they missing that. They gonna miss that void with the Dwight.
Yeah. So many guys have played in this league. Very few have played in that space you're talking about where Luka occupies. You have. I mean, where sometimes you can walk into an NBA building and it's on somebody else that night. Somebody else got to carry the burden that night. What's that like when you walk in that building night after night knowing it's on you to carry your team? Not necessarily just numbers, but just as the guy that everybody in the building, other team scouting report, you're number one on the list. Other teams' coaches, we got to know what he's like. That's a different kind of responsibility, even in a league full of guys that played at this level.
That's a great question, and I got a great answer for you.
Yeah,
you have to be in it for the majority of your life.
Right.
I was in it from 7th grade.
Right.
All right. I was in it 7th grade, 8th grade, high school, college, in the NBA. I was in it. I was, you know, not the guy to score all the points, but I was that guy to run the show and make sure everybody had confidence in them to go out there and to play the way we need to play. I was the coach out there on the floor and play the way that we needed them to play. You know, sometimes I got to go and give a guy a hug. Hey, how you doing? You know, what's going on today? Is everything cool today? You know, and like I said, it's not got to go score the points. But it's about winning games. And I was that guy, and I like Luka. He was that guy ever since 13. You know, he's been in it since he was 13. I've been in it since I was in 8th grade, 7th grade. Isaiah Thomas been in it since he was, you know, in 6th, 7th grade. You know, those guys, Magic Johnson, same way. You know, so that's it. And it's like basketball. It's like shooting the last shot of the game. It's like playing one-on-one. If you gonna miss, you're gonna lose. You can't miss that last shot. Or if you miss that shot and they go back down there and win, you might not get back on the court for another 5 games. You know, so that's where all that, you know, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, because you're accustomed to it. You put yourself in that situation. You go out there and work at it. You work at it. It's repetition. And so when it's muscle memory, it's mind memory. So when you shooting that basketball for game, you know you're going to stay on the court. You already have done it a million times in your mind, a million times doing it by yourself, a million times playing one-on-one. So when it comes to that game situation, it's like you've been doing it. So that's so I was good with it. I was comfortable with it. Like Luka, he's comfortable with it. You know, and that's the way it's supposed to be.
No, it's just interesting. I always wonder, you know, you see people who can do a lot of stuff.
I loved it
in whatever space, but in that moment, you got to be cut from a different cloth to want that pressure.
I love that pressure. I love what they call pressure. I love being in that moment. I love having the ball in my hand, making the right play at the right time. But you know what? It's not going to always work that way. That's why you learn from your mistakes. And then so when it's that time again, you know what to do.
Do you shine that light for young guys? Because I know young players come to y'all all the time now. And you got one that grew up in your house, so I'm sure he asked for it. But not just him. Other players that have played in this league, they always respect the guys. I remember when you was the elder in some locker rooms and you were schooling young boys, like, when they're coming to y'all now for advice and for understanding on how to navigate that next step of their careers, what is the thing you school them on? Like, how do you tell them how to transition from one phase of a career to the next?
I tell them, pay attention to detail. It's always, no matter what you're doing in business or in sports, you got to pay attention to details. You got to be well prepared. in whatever situation that you're in, you gotta have strategy. You know, a lot of guys don't have strategy, and they just go out there on a whim.
Yeah.
No, you got to have strategy. You got to think before you react. You got to think before you act on stuff.
Right.
You know, you got to write stuff down. You got to look at film.
Yeah.
You know, you got to remember what happened 2 games ago or 3 games ago, even last year,
right,
when this guy played you this way or that guy played you that way. So it's all about repetition and remembering. And I tell them, always be prepared. Prepare yourself for that next step. You know, if you got to cross somebody over and then put it behind your back, be ready for that. You know, if you got to do a step back and then he counted that step back, then you got to cross him over and then go to the. You got to prepare yourself for that, because it's all spontaneous and it's all happening at a clip. But you got to prepare yourself for that. It's just like life. You got to prepare yourself for that next life. And like we were just talking about my son, you know, he's preparing himself for that next life right now. Right. So that's why I tell young kids now, it's not always, it's going to be on a whim. It's going to be with basketball, spontaneous. But you have to prepare yourself for that situation.
Yeah. You know, you mentioned your son, Tim Hardaway Jr., playing awesome for the Dallas Mavericks. The player development piece in the league now is so interesting to me to watch, because what a guy might be in one system. I remember he was in Atlanta, and I kept scratching my head like, why? How could he not? You know, I'm a Michigan guy, so I watched him in college. Right. I know what he can do. Mm-hmm. Know what kind of athleticism he had, know what kind of skill. And I'm like, why is this not translating? Like, why would he not be killing for this team? And then he moves on to New York, and you see a little bit more of all that game he had. Then he goes to Dallas now, and you see it's like he unlocked whatever else was holding him back. He unlocked it. Is it a matter of the player understanding his skill set and what he can do in this league more than anything? I know people go, well, this guy got in that situation, it didn't work out. So, well, that's the situation. This don't mean the guy's not talented. It don't mean the guy's not capable of more. And then we see it with your son, prime example of a guy who's capable of a lot more than he was able to show earlier in his career.
Mm-hmm. And I think his better times in the NBA was with the Atlanta Hawks.
Yeah.
Coach Bud understood what he needed to do and how he needed to do it to develop his game. Right. And you saw it developing. And that's why when some of them guys, Bazemore or I forget the other guy that was on the team, got hurt, he could step right in and they wouldn't miss a beat. Right. You know, and sometimes he even took over games. Yeah. You know, had 30 points here, 30 points there, 40 points one game. So it was, I think, Coach Bud understood what he can do and what he brought to the table. Mm-hmm. But he had to get him ready first for that. And when Tim went there, he wasn't ready. Mm-hmm. So once he got ready, and then all the other stuff happened with Bud and stuff happened and stuff like that. Right. So then he moved on to New York. But, you know, a lot of people don't know he got hurt in New York. Mm-hmm. He had a stress fracture in his shin. So when he had that stress fracture, it kind of hampered him. Right. So now he is actually feeling 100% better in his first time in 3 years. Wow, yeah. So now he's feeling confidence in himself. His athleticism is coming back. His step in his step is coming back, and he's feeling really good about himself. Right. And they have a good team, got good leadership in Luka. Yeah. Tim is talking to them, even though they young. He's the elder statesman on him and Courtney Lee, and he and JJ Barea. Right. He's helping them understand what they need to do and how they need to collaborate and be together. Yeah. And everybody, and like I said, Porzingis is starting to feel his way. So. And Tim, said, hey, I'm the third scorer on this team. Right. I know I'm the third scorer on this team. Sometimes, when Porzingis is out or when Luka's out, I could become the second scorer. Mm-hmm. But he understands that, and he goes out there and plays the way he's supposed to play. Right. And now the team is putting him in position to make plays and give Luka a rest, give Porzingis a rest, and know that they feel comfortable with the ball in Tim's hands.
Yeah. As much fun as you had playing this game, and I see it now with a generation of guys who's sons of guys who played in this league. Do you enjoy it even more? And I'm a dad. My kids make an A in school. I'm walking around like I'm the valedictorian. You know what I mean?
Right, exactly.
So I can imagine if you get to go to an arena where you did your thing, and you get to go and watch your kid do it.
Yeah.
That's got to be just a surreal feeling.
Man.
Because it was a 1 in a million that you would play in the NBA for as long as you did and reach the level you did.
True.
To have a kid do it is mind-boggling.
Yes. Man, it's surreal. I be smiling. You know, I'm watching them play. I'm just smiling like, wow.
Yeah.
You know, this cool. My son is out there playing the game that I love, the game his granddad loved, and he's doing it the way he's supposed to do it, and he's having fun out there doing it. And you know, and I'm up there. I'm like, shoot, keep shooting, shoot. You know, so I just love being in the stands. I love just watching them play, and I just love, just the actions out there. I'm like, oh, that's what I used to do.
Right.
You know, look out. He think that's new.
Right.
You know, so it's like you say, your son get an A. You know, your chest all out.
Yeah.
My chest out every day, man. I watch him play. They like, hey, you see your son play? Yes.
Every chance I get.
NBA League Pass. If we it's on. I'm listening to. I got it on so early.
You listen to pregame.
I listen to everything. That's how frantic I am. My wife be like, you frantic? Yes, I am. I'm ready for the game. I got my popcorn ready. I got my water right here. I'm sitting in my chair.
Right.
I tell them, hey, if y'all come down here, don't say nothing.
Right.
I don't want to hear nothing. I want to hear them talk.
Right.
I want to look at TV. I want to hear the game. I want to hear that ball go through the net.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I want to hear.
Yeah. No, that's what's up, man. I'm just glad to see these generations, man.
No question.
This was not a part of the league.
No.
20 years ago.
No. It wasn't.
There was a lot of first generation NBA, but it did happen. It's kind of like family business for a lot of people now, man, which is awesome. The Hardaways are in that business.
Yes.
So it's good to see you as always.
Always
man.
nice seeing you. No question.
All-Star Week. I know you got a lot of that. I know you got folks coming out of the woodwork.
Out of the woodwork.
So I'm going to let you get back to hustling up all these tickets.
All right. I appreciate
good to see you,
it.
Tim.
Nice to see you, too.
Always.
All right.
We appreciate you joining us. Special shout out and thanks to our friends at T-Soap and the Retired NBA Players Association for helping us gather these guests while we were in Chicago. Devonté Graham of the Charlotte Hornets, Jaren Jackson Jr. of the Memphis Grizzlies, Tim Hardaway Sr., the OG from Chicago. You know him from his nasty crossover in his legendary career. We appreciate them all joining us, sharing some insights from All-Star Weekend, and we're looking forward to not only the rest of this season, but I got my eyeballs on All-Star 2021 in Indianapolis already, thanks to these young fellas. We appreciate you. We'll see you right here next time on the Hang Time Podcast.
This one is done, but in case you want another one, here's the links to all the fun from Sekou Smith's Hang Time Run. Check us out on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, NBA.com/hangtime, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Until next time, Hoops fans.